Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Design Cafe. In this week's episode, we're going to be reviewing another subscriber's space. So if that is something that you want to see how we turn this blank canvas into a beautiful design and all the tips and tricks that I gave her to design her space, stay tuned. Come on guys, let's get into it. Okay guys, I'm excited about this space because it's basically a blank canvas that we're dealing with, and the chat on the phone with the subscriber was amazing. I got to hear some of the thoughts that she were having. She also sent me some pieces, which was amazing because then it helps me to basically take what she was sending me and putting it into her space, and for her to be able to see, oh, this does work together, right? Some of the pieces, I saw them as single, and I don't know if it's because, well, I think it's because when she was sending them to me, I was also doing something else. So I was seeing them as one piece and being like, no, I don't think that's going to work because of such and such. But I did tell her, maybe it's me. Maybe I'm not seeing everything together right now. So maybe, that's the decision I'm giving. So we were able to have those kind of conversations, and I did put our space to her. So there are 3 spaces that she wants to look at, right? And of course, I told you guys I'm not going to design your entire spaces, right? I'm going to give you some guidance. So because she sent me some pieces, I went ahead and I did a design mock-up for her, basically something that she can probably have on her phone, she can walk around with to have inspiration when she's shopping and she's buying stuff. So what I decided to do is I decided to do the living room because that's the bigger area, and a lot of the pieces that she sent me was for the living room as well. A lot of the conversation went around the living room as well, even though we did talk some about the dining room. But I think that if we do the living room, then it'll help her and give her a guide to do her dining room and to do her entryway area downstairs as well. So that is why I decided to do the mock-up for the living room area, and I thought that this would be a good talking point for us to discuss why I chose what I chose, what it's doing to the space to help opening up your eyes and seeing it much better. Now remember, I did a video, don't think that video, well, you have seen a video where I was showing you layering a bed. So in design, that's what it's all about. It's all about layering things on top of each other. Just keep layering to create that look, that mood, that feel that you are going for. So that is what I did in this space, is I created layers in her space, and you're going to see how those layers play off from each other and how they basically married each other in this space and how they're going to flow and work. Now remember, this channel is all about showing you how to do design on a budget, okay? So we're not going to be doing designs where we have that RH look unless you say, hey, I have the money, I want to be going to RH and buying this and I want that. Then that is different, right? Then I'll probably say, okay, maybe you should try this or that. However, that still would be on a different level. I want this to be very layman, where everyone can see it, understand, and if you want to go higher with it, you can. So that is what this channel is about. That's what you're going to see in this design. The good thing with this design is that we're dealing with a blank canvas, we're dealing with a blank canvas, and we have that one piece of furniture that we're working around and building off of. So, and she is in the process of looking for furniture. So I got a frog in my throat. So because of that, I'm able to use some of the things that she has been out there shopping and looking at and putting them into her space, and just adding a little bit more decor stuff into the space just to show her, hey, this is how you should be looking to design the space. And when you finish, it should look somewhat like this. Now, I don't expect her to get everything that I put in, that I pulled and put in. They're just more so decor pieces. So, but it just gives her a guide. Okay, if I'm looking for a vase, maybe I should go with this color, right? So what we're gonna first be looking at is I'm gonna show you the video of the space and how the space currently looks, and then I'll show you. We'll start working on the living room area. I'll show you how the living room looks right now currently, the different pieces that she have been sending to me, and after that I'll show you guys the design that I came up with for her living room based off of the pieces that she was sending me, so that she'll have a guide. Again, she does not have to get everything that I put into the space, or she could probably change something up if she don't like how it looks. But I want to show you guys how easy it is to, I don't want to use the word easy, how obtainable it is to layer your space and make your space feel and look a certain way. Okay, so as usual guys, you know I give you all the design tips and tricks on how to put these things together. So let's get into this part of the video, because I am excited for you guys to see what I came up with on a budget. Guys, this is her living room, right? This is an overall view of the living room. You see that she has 2 windows. She has a very large sectional, and that is the piece that we're going to be working off of. Everything has to be played off of this sectional, because this is the piece that we're keeping. You also see where she has this round swivel chair that she is wanting to move into her bedroom. I agree with this move because 2 reasons. She already have a very large sofa in there, and then this this round swivel chair is also a bulky piece. I prefer to see 2 smaller pieces than a bulky piece. And the second reason is because it's very matchy. Okay, if you guys saw my last video that I post, if you have not seen it, go ahead and take a look at it. But that video speaks about having matchy furniture. So that will be the how to create a luxurious design space and maintain it. So if you haven't seen that video, go ahead and check that video out. I will put the card in here for you. Okay, then you see we also have a console table, not a console, a TV media table with a TV on it. That is also staying in the space. So you see where we have over there, it has that black going on. So we're going to tie all of that together into the space. Okay, also I want you guys to pay attention to her floors. She has very warm floors in her space. Okay, so all of that is going to play together in the overall design. Okay, so guys, let's go now and start to look at all of the pieces that she started to send me. And then we're going to look at how I took those pieces that she sent me and I did a design mock-up for her as to what the space is supposed to look like when she's finished. Not saying she can't change any of these pieces. She definitely can, but it's a guide. That if I change a piece, maybe I need to stick with this color. Maybe I need to stick with this size. That type of thing, okay? So let's jump into what she sent me. Now the first piece, remember now we have this large sectional that we're working with. So the first thing we want to do is we need to ground this sectional. How do you ground a sectional or a piece of furniture? You ground it by the flooring, right? So the flooring is going to be the rug. We have this the solid floor going on, and now we want to start to warm up the space. We want to start to bring some comfort to the space, and we want to ground these furniture. So the first thing you want to do is add a rug. Now what I did tell her is her rug, she has a very large sectional, right? So therefore she's going to need a very large rug. A very large rug. And you will see how a large rug is going to play off in this space once I show you guys the mock-up. Okay, so you guys have to think about that when you're buying these big pieces that's going to be one big piece together. Oh, I'm going to have to get a very big rug if I want my space to look very designed. Okay, you do not want the rug to fall inside of this chase. The rug needs to fall outside of the chase if you're looking for a really nice curated design. Okay, so these are the rugs that she sent me. The first rug that she sent me was this one. It's very gray in color. It's very cool colors. So it's that cool gray. It's not a warm gray. It's a very cool gray. And because of the color of her chairs, I don't think that color would work. Her floors are very warm, and because it is a living room, family room, you want that warm feeling. You want that warm, cozy feeling in that space as well. So I think using warm colors is better. And then you will see from some of her other choices that she also sent me, where this cool rug is not going to work with those pieces either. So I did give her a thumbs down on that one. But back to back, she sent me this other rug right here. They, as you can see, they kind of play off of each other, but this one has the warm tones that we are looking for, right? So this one was a big yes, 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 yes. And I told her, yeah, this is the rug. So the only next thing we have to look at is the quality of the rug, guys. Don't just buy rugs and look at the price and be like, well, I'm going to buy this. Then you're going to end up keep buying rugs because you don't have that quality. And if you don't want to deal with putting a really good pad under that, I would suggest to just bite the bullet and buy a very good rug, and then you don't have to worry about the padding. But if you say, you know what, I can't afford it, then just go ahead, spend the money and buy a good pad, put that pad down, and then put the rug down on it. The issue that I have with that sometimes is these cheaper looking rugs, especially those rugs. I think I went over rugs. I went over rugs in that last video, so guys, you can go to that and look at that. But I did speak about not having a good rug and how it will curl up on the ends. You don't want that, right? So if you're gonna spend your money, spending money on a budget or designing on a budget also mean is the stuff you're getting, even though you're getting them on a budget, are they gonna last, or you're gonna have to continuously be replacing them? So I want you guys to bear that in mind as well. Okay, so I definitely said yes to this rug, and then we moved on, right? So the next thing that she sent me was these coffee tables. So now I did like the 2 coffee tables, but it came down to which one would work in the space. When I did her mock-up room, I started off with this table number 1 right here, and I did it, and I keep looking at it, and I was like, something is not gelling in this design. And I started to look at the coffee table, and I was like, let me try the other coffee table and see if how that one would look better in the design. And when I put that one into the design, that's it. Okay, so this second one was the one that I did end up selecting to go into the design. It's going to look way better on top of that rug. Remember, the rug is going to ground everything. Okay, the next piece that she sent me that I told her, I don't think so. It's a beautiful chair, but I don't think it will work with her design. And then I did text her back and say, you know what? Maybe I'm looking at this wrong. Maybe I'm seeing it by itself and not seeing it a part of the design, because I was busy. I was doing something when she did send it to me, and I didn't know she was in the store, so I was trying to respond as quick as possible. But when I was doing the mock-up design, I decided to go ahead and use it, right? And I put it in the space. It worked. Here's why it worked. Even though it's not a contemporary piece, it's more transitional in terms of the tufting, because it has a tufting on it, but it still has a hint of modernness going on with it. How the chairs are like a barrel piece, right? And the tufting is not those deep tufting that would make it be a traditional. Now the deeper tufting with the big buttons, that is what would have made it traditional, but it was not that. So it's more of a transitional piece. So I was like, yeah, this is going to work. And it's bringing in another color of neutral. So we're breaking up that big, large, white looking ivory sofa. And we're kind of taming it down with these taupe looking chairs. So that's going to start to balance everything out. And again, the rug has that color in it and it's going to lift it up. So she's creating a very neutral space that she can just change out with pillows over time. Okay, so yeah, I thought those were some good choices. The next piece that she wanted to use is this artwork right here. She has two of them and she wanted to put them over the sofa. So the measurement of them, they look like they're about 48 inches by 24. So I told her if she's going to use those, I think it's a good idea to put them in landscape, put them right above each other. And however, because of the huge sectional she has, the wall is still going to look like it's missing something. Now, I'm thinking she was either going to put them in vertically next to each other, or if she was going to put them landscape, she probably would have put them next to each other this way, and to cover that large wall. That would have looked so wrong, right? So you're going to see how I decided to put them. And I told her if she wanted to use those, she would also have to add something else to the wall, because it's a long, huge wall. Now in this design, we're not doing any painting. I'm not suggesting to do any painting. That will be on her if she wants to paint after. But just with what she has, remember I'm trying to do this as much as on a budget. Even though she's actively looking for furniture, I still want this to be kind of seamless for her and not having to go paint a wall and all this kind of stuff, right? It would have been ideal if that wall was another color or some wallpaper or even some moldings or something on that, but I'm not suggesting that for this. That would be something that she would decide to do. Okay, so guys, now that we have talked about all of the pieces and covered all of the pieces that she sent me, let's look at what I came up with for this space. Okay guys, this is what I came up with for this space, and I love to name my spaces. So the name of this space is Cozy and Airy. Okay, so this is a mock-up of her space. So I'm only dealing with the living room area. So I only did, walls for the living room area. Okay. So the first thing you can see what I did is that rug on the floor. Do you see how the rug expands outside of her sofa that she has in her space? That's how your rugs need to be. You need to have that extra space outside. Okay, the next thing that I did is I brought in those chairs that I told you she selected. You can see the chairs down below right here where it has the tufting. The tufting is a little deep, but they're not enough to say that this is a traditional piece. The piece is more transitional than it is anything, and it's not as a bulky piece, so we're going to use two of those into the space. Another suggestion I also said to her is that she can probably add some ottomans on this side. But when I started to do the design, because the chase of the sectional is on the left hand side, it's not a good idea to put anything else there. If this was a right hand sectional, then I would have definitely suggested for her to put, she could have put something over there because the space is more open. But I would say to not put anything else there, okay? The next thing that I did is I went ahead and I added some side tables to her space. Now, I did a tray, the double tray one, because you want the space look put together, but you don't want a lot of the same type of furniture going on, right? So this tray, the two stack of tray ones that I did to put on one side. If she want to put a lamp over there as well, she still can. I was thinking, maybe she can just put a flower arrangement, a nice vase or something over there, some books. a candle pillar, something over here on that side. And then on the opposite side, I just left that open to put whatever. Maybe she do have a side table already. Once it's the right color, she can definitely put it back there because it's hidden, and then put a lamp on it. And then we had this really cool wooden side table right here. I thought this would have been nice, cool and small to go in between those two lounge chairs, and maybe she can put some books again on top of it with a candle and style that really nice over there. I wanted it there because like when you walk in up the space and you look down, you will actually see that with those two chairs versus hiding it in that corner where the lamp is at. That makes sense to you, right? Okay. So as you can see, the next piece that I selected out of what she sent me was the coffee table. Now, as you can see, this coffee table is a very contemporary coffee table. And you see the lines that's playing off in it as well on the side. You can't see that, but it's there. You can't see that like in the angle because I did a direct shot is what I did. So you're not able to see that, right? And then I just threw some pillows to show her. Don't put so many pillows. If you look at the original video, the original picture of this sectional, you will see like this sectional has a lot of backrest pillows already. So you don't want to add pillows, too much more pillows on it, right? It's just going to make it look very junky and just too much going on. So you want to kind of cluster your pillows. So I did a cluster of pillows over here on the chase area, and then I did another cluster over on the other side, and you see that I also changed up the size of the pillows, right? I added some lumbar pillows. On either side have the lumbar pillows, and then you see where I put a throw on the one side. She can also put another throw over here by the chase, but what I would do is put a black throw, something really dark or gray, dark gray over here, but let it sit over there very neatly across the sectional. And then to add some life to the space, I also went ahead and add a plant over here that's a little higher. So you probably want to use something that's have a lot of foliage on it. And you probably want to just use just one, not too much of them in that space. You probably could use another one down there by the bathroom in that corner as well. So, and then let's talk about the wall before we move over to the window treatments, because that's going to be a whole nother thing. But before we move to the window treatment, let's talk about what I did on the wall. So this is the art that she has. Is a canvas art that she has, and she wanted to put it over the sofa. So I went ahead and I placed it over the sofa and tried to scale it as much as I could, right? So this is how I would have hung it if I'm hanging it over the sofa, one above each other, leaving about 2.5 inches in between each other, and then put a really nice picture light over it. This one is a battery operated picture light that I got from Amazon. So, but you want a good size one, right? You don't want a small, tiny one. And then to help to visually fill up the space, I went ahead and I added these candle holders that I also got from Amazon. So I hung these on each side. If she wants to put a candle in them, she could. If she don't have to. But just to hang them here, and you see how that visually filled up that space and not make the wall. Just imagine without those, how empty the wall will still look, right? So to fold that up, I did candlesticks because I didn't want to add any more art. You don't want to, you want to try to change it up. This is also called layering as well. You have the art, and then you have the candlesticks, and then you have the picture light, and that created a whole little facade going on right there on that wall. Another thing that she could also do is she can add another plant over here in this corner if she wanted to, with a nice vase over here, but something that's actually tall. You don't want it to be too short, right? Just like this one, you don't want it to be too short, you want it to be tall enough. And then I decided to only put the lamp over here on this side because having the lamp over there, it's going to become more of a darker corner, is where you need the lamp, versus on the opposite side where it's more open going into the kitchen area. So I thought that would be real cool. And of course, I added 2 darker pillows to show her, like, let's use some darker pillows here in this lounge chair, and how that's gonna play off with the entire design. Now I went ahead and I just selected this color, this new color to bring into the space. This is not a color she have to use. I selected it because it's more towards fall. So, and we're in the fall and everybody want to be decorating for fall. So that's why I selected this particular color, this burnt looking rust color is what I decided to select. And again, these are from Amazon. And the pillows are from these black pillows, if I'm mistaken. They're either from Wayfair or from Etsy. I can't remember. They're more, or they're from Amazon. I think they're from Amazon too. I can't remember. But these are more like that, a linen material. So yeah, so I was playing off with that velvet look against the linen, and you know, playing them against each other, and you know, to create that feel. Okay, and of course the Lombard pillow is bringing in that creamy color, along with adding some of that black with the black stripe that goes in it as well. Okay, and that is from Wayfair. The next thing we're going to talk about is how I styled her coffee table. I am a very minimalist person, so I'm going to style very minimalist. So all I did is just add some books, this nice vase with some floral in it, and that has a lot of foliage in it. Again, you don't have to go with, because we're using the burnt rust color, you don't have to go with that. You can still bring in you can still bring in other color as well. So this is taking you more with some browns, or taking you with a darker, has in this darker color to it. Like, you kind of can get purple out of it. It depends on where you have it. You can get the brown, the gray, like you're getting all kind of colors out of this foliage with a black vase. Right now, let's talk about the importance of pulling in the black, and why I decided to go with black versus putting a whole bunch of white up in here. Remember, on the opposite side, she has a TV with a TV console, and it is black. So we want to make sure that we incorporate that. If I didn't put anything over here with that black, that piece is going to stick out like a sore thumb. So we need to bring that piece over into this area as well, and we did that by using accent pieces. So that's why we went with that dark, it was better to use that dark coffee table that she selected. It was better to use this the black side tables that I have over there on that side, and of course this other dark piece with the black pillows on the sofa, then on the wall. So you have one wall that has the black, and then over here on this wall we brought in the black again with the black, using a black picture light, the black candlesticks, because the artwork has a black base go on the side. It's not like you can't see it from the front, but like on the side you're seeing all black. Okay, so that's how I tied everything together and created this space for her. Next, let's talk about her window treatment. So her current window treatment that she has up, we can see that they hung too low. They're hung too low, and even though she has them hung too low, they are way up off of the floor. Right, so I don't know if these are 84 or this space have some high ceilings, but they're hung too low. She only has one drapery per window, and we know that's a no. Yeah, she has a lot more opportunities going on here. So just imagine those 2 lounge chairs sitting there with that little table, and then on this wall I would put probably a large mirror on that wall. but not a mirror that's has a lot of embellishment. She do have a mirror over in the dining room area that has a lot going on with it. It's more of those like Z Gallery mirrors. So I don't know if, like, I wouldn't use that particular mirror here. I would use more of a streamlined mirror, maybe something with an arch or a rectangular one or a big circle one, something that's really big, that's gonna be right here on this wall. She could put another big piece of artwork, but it's gonna be hard to play off of the artwork that she has over her sofa. So that's why I'm thinking a mirror to give the space more depth and to start to reflect and bounce the design around as you walk into the space. That is what it's going to do, right? So I would put like a really large mirror on there. The next thing I would say is she definitely needs to raise her curtains up a little bit more and go with like 96s. So like use the 96 length curtains. Definitely changing the color. That color of the curtains is not, it doesn't, curtains are supposed to frame a window and make that window look cozy. Like it's supposed to give some kind of decorative element to the window. These curtains is not doing that, okay? They are not the right color. The rods need to change because you need to start bringing in, you know, that nice sexy black up in there. So I would definitely say change the rods. I would definitely say to raise those curtains, use the 96 length. Put the curtains on rings if you want that really designed looking space, or if you're going to use those gromite curtains, definitely yes, you can use those. The thing with gromite curtains is when you buy the ones that are not wide, they start to look very cheap. So you're gonna need to add like 4 on one rod. Okay, so what I would also say, to make your windows seem like a little bit bigger, you could extend the brackets about 3 inches on each side, but I'm seeing where down by the bathroom area you may not have that opportunity. So yeah, so maybe you can leave it where it's at, but just raise it up. And then as you can see, I chose a more taupey looking curtains for you that these are from Amazon. I do have them in my cart. I'm gonna put those in my living room. So I was like, oh, I think these will look nice there. So, and I was trying not to be searching for too many things, then I'll actually be designing your space, right? So these taupe would look way better on that wall and having 2 pour rod, okay? And then you want to get like a 1-inch rod, not those small rods that I'm seeing you using. You want more of a thicker, fatter rod, just to give off and play off on this whole elegance that we're going for in that space. So that is what I would say for the living room. This is the design that I came up for the living room. Okay guys, that is it. That is this subscriber's space. I had fun doing this one because it was a blank canvas, and I definitely had fun talking with her about her space. And I know she's anxious to see this video, so it's going to be posted so that she can see it. But I have sent her already the mock-up that I did for the living room area. So guys, feel free to send in your spaces. This does not cost you anything. The only thing it costs you is me giving you my opinion on camera. So go ahead and send your spaces in if you want to get some ideas or some tips and tricks on how you can make your space feel more design. Guys, I will see you next time on the next Design Cafe by Jag.
Always remember, never let your budget dictate your style, but create a space that you love. Design for life.